There are lots of services that are available to us from lots of providers like Apple and Google and Microsoft, et cetera, that we may want, and some of them we may need. Let me explain to you what I'm referring to in the context of iCloud. Now, I'm a Google Docs guy, or Google Workspace guy. So I use all of Google's products, from my calendar, my contacts, my storage, my documents, my sheets, et cetera. I use all of the tools that are available to me through Google. iCloud has the same tools. If I wanted to, I could get access to all of their apps. Here they are right here. I'm in the support document. Here's photos. Here's iCloud Drive, iCloud Mail. Here's notes and messages and contacts and calendars. And actually, Find My, it's a need. It's not a want. And I also have, look further down here, here's Wallet, here's Siri. Here's Pages, which is similar to Google Docs. Here's Numbers, similar to Google Sheets. Here's Keynote, similar to Google Slides. And FaceTime, similar to Google Chat. And Google Maps, and similar to Apple Maps. On and on and on. So I could have gone the iCloud route and used all of these tools that I'm using in Google from iCloud. So set aside all of those things that I'm not going to use, and let's talk about what you do need to use in the context of iCloud if you're using Apple devices. Again, Apple iPhone, Apple iPad, Apple Watch, the MacBook Pro or MacBook Air, et cetera, or even Apple TV. If you're using any Apple device, you need an iCloud account. Period. Let me repeat it. If you're using any Apple device, you need an iCloud account. Now, only thing you really need it for are the basics. So let me explain to you the basics. First of all, without an iCloud account, you can't get apps. Well, everything we do on an iPhone and an iPad is based on apps that we get from the Apple Store, the App Store. Just like if you're using an Android, you got to go to the Google Play Store to get apps. So you have to have an iCloud account in order to get the apps that you're going to put on your iPhone or your Mac or your watch or your iPad. So you have to have an iCloud account. Now, you don't need to pay for an iCloud account. Let me repeat. You do not need to pay for an iCloud account, but you have to have one. When you go to set up an iPad or an iPhone, during the setup steps, they're going to ask you to do one of two things. Either create a new iCloud account or log in to your existing iCloud account. So if you set up an iCloud account one time, you don't need to set up another. But you do need to remember, what's my email address for my iCloud account? What's my password for my iCloud account? And if you turned on two-factor authentication, which is important to do, you need to also know what your two-factor authentication step is. And typically it might be a text message to a phone number, or it might be some kind of authentication through another Apple device. All of this is built into the iCloud and very easily to manage and set up. But I'm here to share with you, if you have an Apple device, you need an iCloud account. Again, I would recommend you have one iCloud account and you remember the email address you used, the password, and the two-factor authentication. And you also remember what devices that you're using that iCloud account on. There's nothing hard about this. Again, the moment you go to set up a new Apple iPhone, or the moment you go set up a new Apple iPad or a MacBook, you're going to be asked to do one of two things. Either create your iCloud account or log in to your iCloud account. And by the way, the iCloud account is also how Apple helps you manage privacy and security of your Apple devices and the apps that you're using on these different devices. My last point that I want to share with you is reiterating this. When you create your iCloud account, remember what email address you used, remember what password you use, and what two-factor authentication you set up so that you can always easily get back into your iCloud account.